For thousands of years, we have built shelters in the same primitive way. We cut trees, bake bricks, mix cement, and assemble them manually, piece by piece, under the open sky. We hope it does not rain. We pray for skilled workers to show up, and we pay fortunes for a process plagued by inefficiencies that Henry Ford would have considered archaic a century ago. But something is changing. In Texas, they are building houses with a material that is 98% air and can survive Category 5 hurricanes. In the deserts, they deploy mobile factories that assemble dwellings in 45 days using workers without experience. And in rural communities, robots print entire houses in concrete, following digital files with millimetric precision. This moment in construction is similar to the birth of the Ford Model T. The site of the work is no longer just a place of hammers and nails. It is becoming a factory, a laboratory, and a printer. You are watching NovaGea, where we uncover the future. Today, we are going to explore together the technologies that are about to solve the global housing crisis and completely redefine how humanity builds shelters. There exists a silent crisis developing in the construction sector that most people do not perceive until they try to build or buy a house. The worldwide shortage of skilled labor in construction is reaching critical levels. In the United States, the median age of construction workers is over 40 years, and more than 40% of skilled workers are over 45 years old. In Europe, the situation is similar, or worse in many countries, but the problem goes beyond demographics. Traditional specialized trades, masonry, carpentry, plumbing, electricity, require years or even decades of apprenticeship and experience. And these specialized trades represent a large part of the total cost of a home built in a traditional manner. It is not the materials what makes houses expensive. It is the highly skilled human labor. Meanwhile, the demand for housing continues growing exponentially. The global urban population is expanding. The millennials and Generation Z are entering the real estate market, and refugee crises and climate migrations are creating urgent housing needs that traditional methods simply cannot satisfy in time. And then there is the brutal inefficiency of the traditional process. Conventional construction projects are constantly delayed by weather, coordination problems between different trades, human errors, and the simple reality that you are manually assembling thousands of individual components in an uncontrolled outdoor environment. Cost overruns of 20% or 30% over the original budget are so common they are considered normal. We desperately needed a paradigm shift, and it is finally arriving from multiple directions simultaneously. The first revolutionary approach completely inverts the traditional model of prefabricated construction. Historically, prefabricated meant building a complete house in a distant central factory and then transporting it thousands of kilometers by road to its final location. It was an incredibly expensive logistical nightmare. Modular houses had to be designed to survive transportation, which severely limited the design and added enormous costs. A Dutch company called QB is doing something radically different. Instead of sending the finished house, they send the factory itself. They have designed what they call mobile micro factories, compact but completely functional industrial production centers that can be deployed temporarily at any construction site in approximately 3 months. The level of engineering behind this system is astounding. They have invested more than 400,000 hours of design work to create an assembly process so optimized and simplified that workers without previous experience in construction can assemble high-tech houses following standardized procedures. It is like IKEA, but for complete dwellings. With this, the economy improves. By eliminating the dependence on expensive, specialized trades that normally represent a large part of the cost, QBuy can redirect that money toward better quality materials, steel structures instead of wood, triple glazed windows with advanced insulation, high-end finishes that normally are only found in luxury housing, and they do it at prices competitive with traditional medium-quality construction. The stated goal is ambitious: to do for housing what Henry Ford did for the automobile with the Model T, and what Tesla did for the electric car. A completely customizable house that you design online, manufactured in 45 days with consistent and predictable quality. It is manufacturing applied to housing. While Kubi takes the factory to the construction site, other companies are turning the site itself into an autonomous machine. This is the promise of 3D construction printing at architectural scale, and it is advancing much faster than most imagine. Alquist is one of the companies leading this revolution in the United States. They deploy massive gantry systems, robotic structures that move on rails around the perimeter of the construction. These robotic arms extrude specially formulated concrete layer by layer, following digital CAD design files with millimetric precision, as if you were printing a document, but in 3 dimensions and at building scale. The technique creates a hollow double-layer wall system. The exterior layers of concrete provide all the structural strength and protection against elements, while the internal cavity serves multiple brilliant purposes. It allows for easily passing electricity and plumbing without having to break walls, and creates an airspace that acts as natural thermal insulation, drastically reducing heating and cooling costs during the useful life of the home. This is not just a matter of futuristic aesthetics or technological novelty. It is a direct and intelligent response to the skilled labor crisis. A team operating a construction printer does not need decades of experience in traditional masonry. They need to know how to operate and maintain the robot, monitor the quality of the extrusion, and follow safety protocols. It is a completely different set of skills and much faster to teach. Alquist is focusing specifically on rural and underserved communities, where the shortage of skilled labor is most severe. But the need for durable and affordable housing is skyrocketing. They are demonstrating that automation can democratize access to quality housing in places where traditional construction simply is no longer economically viable. But concrete and steel, although effective, continue being heavy, require significant machinery, and have significant carbon footprints. What if you could build a structurally sound house with a material that is literally 98% air? In Texas, a company called Estrata International has developed the Sabot construction system, and it sounds like science fiction until you see the engineering numbers. They use blocks of expanded polystyrene foam, that ultralight material you associate with packaging, but in specific structural configurations. These blocks are fused to each other using specially formulated liquid adhesive and applied heat, creating permanent chemical bonds. By themselves, these foam blocks would seem fragile and inadequate for serious construction. But here is the brilliant trick. Once the complete foam structure is assembled, it is coated with a thin shell of patented concrete that Estrata has developed specifically for this system. The final result is a monolithic structure, literally a single unified piece without weak joints, capable of resisting hurricane winds of up to 418 kilometers per hour. The advantages are multiple and convincing. It is thermally hyper-insulating because you are essentially building inside a giant foam cooler. It is incredibly light, dramatically reducing foundation requirements, and it completely eliminates the need for structural wood, which is increasingly important given the rising cost of wood and concerns about deforestation. For those who prefer a more tactile and participatory approach, there is Gablock in Europe. They have reinvented construction with wood as if it were literally a Lego set for adults. They deliver complete houses in flat packages like IKEA furniture, but much larger. The insulated wood blocks fit into each other through precise tongue and groove systems, without the need for nails, screws, heavy machinery, or cranes. It eliminates all the technical complexity of traditional wood framing. You do not need to be an expert carpenter to assemble a Gablock house. You only need to know how to read instructions and have some patience. The structures can be raised completely in days instead of the weeks or months that conventional framing requires. It is radical democratization of self-construction. Finally, there is an innovation that most overlook because it is literally underground, but that could be the most transformative of all for certain contexts. For millennia, every human building began in exactly the same way. You dig a hole, you mix and pour concrete, you wait days or weeks for it to set, and only then can you start to build on top. Traditional concrete foundations have multiple problems. First, they represent an enormous carbon footprint. Cement is responsible for approximately 8% of global CO2 emissions. Second, they require massive excavation that permanently disturbs the soil and underground ecosystems. Third, the setting time of the concrete creates inevitable delays in any project. And fourth, they are completely permanent. If you decide to move or demolish the building, those foundations remain as buried pollution forever. At the International Builders Show recently, a radically different philosophy was presented under the direct name of stop digging. This technology uses enormous earth screws or steel helical piles. A single operator equipped with a specialized hydraulic motor that constantly measures torque drives these piles deep into the ground, literally turning them like giant screws. There is no waiting time for setting. There is no massive displacement of earth. There are no concrete mixers. And here is the truly futuristic part that changes the rules of the game. If you decide to relocate the entire building, reuse the land for something else, or simply change your mind, you can unscrew these piles and the soil essentially returns to its previous natural state. It is reversible construction. It is temporary architecture without being flimsy. It is thinking of buildings as objects that temporarily occupy a space instead of permanent scars on the landscape. We are witnessing something historically rare, the simultaneous convergence of multiple technological revolutions applied to one of the oldest human trades. Advanced industrial manufacturing with the micro-factories of Cubi, robotics and automation with the 3D printers of Alquist, innovation in materials, science with the foam systems of Estrata and the modular blocks of Gablock, and the fundamental reimagining of processes we considered immovable with the helical foundations of stop digging. The general direction is absolutely clear, although specific implementation will vary regionally. The houses of the future will not be built artisanally as we have done for millennia. They will be manufactured industrially, assembled robotically, or put together modularly. They will be smarter in design, lighter in materials, faster in execution, and will be assembled at speeds that today still seem impossible for most. The global affordable housing crisis is a formidable and multifaceted challenge that will not be resolved with technology alone. There are issues of urban zoning, land use policies, financing, and antiquated construction regulations that need urgent modernization. But as you have seen today, the fundamental technological tools to build much faster, cheaper, and better are no longer laboratory prototypes. They are here working, building real homes for real people. Right now, the industrialization of construction is not only inevitable, it is already happening on multiple fronts simultaneously. Companies on different continents have independently arrived at the same conclusion. The traditional model of artisanal construction simply cannot scale to satisfy the needs of the 21st century. The fascinating thing is that there is no single winning solution. Cubi could dominate in Europe with its mobile micro-factories. Alquist could transform American rural communities with 3D printing. Strata could revolutionize construction in areas prone to hurricanes. Gablock could democratize self-construction. Stop digging could change how we think about temporality and reversibility in architecture. The true revolution is that we are finally treating housing as a manufacturing problem instead of an artisanal trade. And when you apply industrial thinking at scale to any challenge, solutions tend to appear faster than anyone expected. The way we build today is defining how we will live during the coming decades.